about the way I was. Did the heartbreak change me? Baby, but look at where I ended up. I'm all good already, so moved on, it's scary. I'm not where you left me at all. So, if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, if you wanna believe that anything can stop me, don't show up, don't come out, don't start caring about me now. Walk away, you know how. Don't start caring about me now. Aren't you the guy who tried to hurt me with the word goodbye? Though it took some time to survive you, I'm better on the other side. I'm all good already, so moved on, it's scary. I'm not where you left me at all. So, if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, if you wanna believe that anything can stop me, don't show up, don't come out, don't start caring about me now. Walk away, you know how. Don't start caring about me now. Don't start I'm not where you left me at all. So, if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, if you wanna believe that anything could stop me, don't show up, don't come out, don't stop caring about me now, walk away, you know how, don't stop caring about me now. Hi everybody. Let me turn this off here. Oh, we're gonna get an ad. Good evening, everybody. How are you? Are the nuggets on? You know what? That's a good question. I have no clue. We are actually just getting started. So thank you guys for all being in here tonight. Tonight we're going to have some good messages, and then I want to talk about what to do with these lives moving forward here at the end. Oh, the nuggets are on TNT tonight. Let's go, Joker. But I want to talk about what we can do and what I'd like to do with this incredible group of people that have been watching. You know, there's some things that I certainly want to address, and I'm sure that there's going to be things that we'll address every day. So I want to talk about those things. And then I want to talk about, I think tonight I want to talk about narcissistic supply and what that means. And then yes, we can eventually do answers and questions, but what I would like to do is in future nights is gather anybody that's comfortable. And you guys can, if you want to click on the link in my bio, you have my link tree. And I believe the top one is contact me, and you can do it. You can put your name. You certainly don't have to, but I would like to invite people that are comfortable, and we'll get in boxes and let's talk about experiences. And, you know, it's not about hockey, golf, dad. It's about your own personal experience. If you're comfortable with sharing, either being in a situation like this or observing a situation like the one that I've been in. And let's talk about it. Let's have some really honest conversations about it. I was on the phone with a very good friend that a lot of you know. We were kind of talking through this, and I think it's an important thing to do. I think that we have the platform to do it, and let's make it about helping each other and what we can do. You know, some of the things that I want to talk about is all of those red flags. And when they're waving right in front of your face, how do you miss them? And how do you identify what those flags are and what you could do differently? I think I've mentioned this before, that early on with a group of friends in the relationship with Dan, we called ourselves the Red Flag Society. And at that time, it sounded like fun. It was silly, goofy. We thought it was really cool. But holy shit. God, there were some red flags. And, they say hindsight is 2020. But I want to talk about them, things that I've learned about myself, things that I need to learn. And I want to sit and talk with other people in hopes that we can support each other and help each other and create that safe place that we can do it. There's absolutely red flags that we have ignored. And I've got a full list running, and I'm going to keep adding to it because it's questions that I ask myself. It's questions that people ask me. Like, how did you not see that? People saw that early on in the relationship and I ignored it. And understanding the why. Well, number one, identifying what the red flag is. But number two, why did I not see it? And really, truly understanding. And I think the best way to do it is with each other, to learn from each other and to use this platform for some good. And I took a ton of notes. So to my friend that I was talking to, thank you so much. So tonight, we'll kind of recap last night. We talked about a lot of different things, and then we brought somebody in to help kind of clear some of the air. And I think it was important because that person has been a part of this picture for quite some time, and for them to shed some light on their experiences. Again, the experience between the two of them is really between the two of them. But I wanted him to be able to talk about the experience of when he was with me and in the presence of Hockey Golf Dad as well. There's been things said on the app, and I think we've cleared a lot of those up. What's true, what's not. And for those that have missed the live streams that we've done, I also have them posted on YouTube, and you're welcome to go watch those as well. And you can get the full recap. We've done 9 of these, I believe, so far. So they're there. And again, if you want to reach out, that link is up there, and I would love to hear from you. You can be completely anonymous if you choose to be. It's been a great opportunity for people just to vent and just release something. And I think that that's super healthy, super, super healthy. How can you guys survive this? That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that yet, but I want to talk about some things that I think that are important, things that I've been learning, that I've been researching. And even today, had a great group session with some incredible people that really opened up my eyes to a lot of things. We had talked about pain, and what does that mean? It was actually a poem that we had read, and then we were talking about that poem and what that means for you. It talks about pain, and we also talked about being alone. And I think that that's a really, really important discussion to have, and I think that that's a whole live in its own about being alone. And I want to kind of explain, or not even explain, but share my experience that probably led to some of these red flags, or ignoring some of these red flags. And I want to talk about it, and I want to talk to other people that have said, oh, I missed all the red flags. So couple things. In this live tonight, it's going to be short because it is Miss Timber, my puppy dog's birthday, and she's 7 years old, and I want to go play with her and cuddle her. Got her some toys. She got a new... I got her a new collar. Her brother got one too. So I want to go play with Timber tonight. But a couple of things that I want to address that are still, for some reason, topics on Hockey Golf Dad's lives. And what we've been doing is sharing the facts and providing receipts. Now, again, we had one night where somebody came in and was not factual, and we shut that down. But tonight I want to share a couple things. He keeps talking about work, my work, and which is actually work, and using funds to pay for different things, misappropriation, stuff like that. I shared with you guys last night or the night before, that's not the case. And I have my bank statements. I'd like to not show them for my own privacy, but I have them here. So I've got him. I don't know what more he needs, but stop talking about it. It's not true. My dime right here. You can also see that I went to Taco Bell, Starbucks. What else do we have in here? Oh, I recharged on TikTok. I wonder who I gave that to. And let's see, I paid for a show in Vegas on Vegas.com. Let's see, I paid for all the Uber rides from the hotel. So it's there. Trust me, it's there. I can bring it up. The other things that have been going on. So let me play a couple things from you. And this was, I believe, today. Yeah, right? I believe this was today, and I want you guys to hear this. Hold on, let me cue it up. Because like I said, remember, I only have one phone, not bags of them. So hang on.
I don't have receipts about certain things because I lost my Snapchat. But I don't need receipts. I'm not trying to call anybody out, but I mean, the story is true. I mean, when I say stuff that where we stayed in hotels and who paid for it, like that's true. But I don't need to show a receipt. I didn't get the bill from this to say who, but I just speak the truth. If people don't want to believe it, it don't matter.
That was, what, yesterday? Oh, he doesn't need to show receipts, but I do, because he is the truth teller on this app. So he said that he doesn't need to do it because it's kind of irrelevant. He doesn't need to show the receipts because he lost his Snapchat. But if you want my receipts, I'm happy to share them. I've got them, guys. Truth be told, facts. This is what we have. The other thing that I want you guys to hear, which I think is important, because it's amazing how things are shifting, right? They're shifting. It has been, now we're on a day 125 since I left on July 12th. 125 days. Again, every day, my name lies. There's some things that are saying that are true, and we've talked about those. Because every single day. What's the point of it? Because it's still happening. It's happening every day. So let me pull up this one. If I can find it. Here we go. Listen to this.
I'm definitely no saint. I was an asshole. I take responsibility for the breakup. My last one. I take responsibility for my marriage. Like a lot of shit. Made a gazillion mistakes. I'm just trying to do better than I did yesterday. And I'm trying to do better each day. I just wish others would recognize, okay, he is trying to do better. He's moved on. There's a lot of different things I'm doing.
Stop there. He's moved on. He has not. This was a live stream just maybe 4 hours ago.
I cut out caffeine. I got myself a therapist finally in Iowa. It takes time to do certain things. Give me some time to do some shit. I've got kids and parents that also,
He's bothered that these lives are going on, but he says that he's got kids and parents. I have a family as well that has been savaged on this app for 125 days. But now it's a big deal for him. All we're doing is providing receipts. That's all we're doing.
So,
now, there's a comment here. It says, you two are antagonizing each other. And there's two different perceptions of what actually happened. There is not. I have the receipts of exactly what happened. I have the protection order. I have the warrants. He is no longer in this state, and if he comes back, he will go to jail. And so Like I said, 125 days since I left, yet he is still using the victim mentality of a breakup and monetizing it. In the meantime, degrading myself, my family, and just bold-faced lies out there.
Just give me a little bit of time. If I come back and I'm an asshole a month for an hour, 2 months, come back on and savage me. Until then, just kind of leave me alone. But hey.
And it says, kindly leave me alone. I asked for that 125 days ago, and he couldn't do it. So let's talk. Let me bring up my other notes here. I want to talk about why, or my understanding as to the why behind kind of the behavior and why the past 125 days have been what they are. People break up all the time. I'm not going to leave this alone. So you can leave. But I'm trying to understand the why behind the behavior, because this is unlike any person that I've ever experienced in my entire life. And so when reading and trying to understand, because I've got a lot of questions, not only about myself, but about Hockey Golf Dad, is just the why behind it. Why the need to continue day after day after day, after day after day after day. I just don't get it. People break up. They don't like each other. They separate and they move on. So I did some research and looking into it, and some people have actually sent me some TikToks. And is he trying to silence me? I don't know. Here's my thought, though. I don't think he honestly thought that I would speak out, because I was quiet for so long and just let him do his thing. Now, it hurt inside every day, not only scrolling on TikTok, but the amount of people that would send you this stuff to say, hey, he's talking about you, it's insane to know that somebody's still out there. I've got a protection order. There's warrants. Leave me alone. That's it. Move on and go. If you were hurt, I was hurt. Get over it and keep going. It was, and it should have been, a simple breakup. He has chosen not to do that, and he is using this platform to monetize our relationship, my name, by playing the victim. And so, like I was saying, it was, I've been doing a lot of reading, trying to understand some things and trying to understand, what is a narcissist and why has it resulted in what it is today. And 9 days ago, I decided, with support from other people and advice from others, to speak out, because number one, it needs to be said. And number two, it's part of the process for me and on my timeline to be able to have a voice, to not be silenced, to be able to say what I feel. And I mentioned it a couple nights ago, when you have all of that toxicity and I'll be honest, the hate living inside of you, it destroys you. And so even little bits at a time, it's releasing, and it's comforting to know that you're not alone in this. And that's the whole point, is for people to know that they're not alone, but to also clear up the stuff that's being just spewed out there, because it's not true. It is not true at all. So some things that I learned about narcissistic supply, because I think it's important that people hear this and that you recognize it. And then I want to talk about it in future lives about, like I said, the red flags and what we can do. So what is their supply? It's essentially like their oxygen. It's what keeps them going. And it's the different tactics that they use to essentially breathe, when you really kind of break it down and you simplify what it is. But I've got a list of like 9 different things. And so bear with me, because I want to look at my notes, because I want to get them right. And that supply that they have, it's that endless validation. It's the need for attention. I saw a message, and it's the ego. Okay. It's fostering that ego. They get defensive. And by doing a lot of these things, it makes them feel secure. And they really honestly don't care about anybody that's in their path, especially somebody that they claim was the love of their life, that could do no wrong, but now is the most, and we joke about this, most awful human being on the planet. That's kind of his, anybody that crosses his path or does not align with him is an awful, horrible human being. Then add on a whole bunch of other things. So the ways that they do it, how do they get their supply? The first one is they try and dominate and control other people. So you guys have heard everything. You guys see it on this app. You've heard the recordings, the phone calls, the messages. They try and control. They try and control the narrative. They try and control their image, everything. And that's the first thing that they do. Next, they have to receive that constant attention and compliments and praise. So I think this app here is the perfect place for somebody that needs that narcissistic supply to be on. Because what it is, it's people validating that person, telling them that they're awesome. I'm proud of you. Here's a hand heart. Great job. It's that receiving attention and almost that addiction to being in front of a screen where people see what they see on the screen. We would talk about, oh, well, now you finally met Snapchat Hockey Golf Dad, who was a complete different person than TikTok Hockey Golf Dad. Two completely different people because there's an image there to protect, right? The next thing is that they become aggressive, and you guys have heard that, and I have an example here that I'm going to play here in a little bit. Aggressive, and then they become intentionally negative, like everything's wrong, you're wrong. Nothing is happy for them anymore. The next one, which is big and part of their supply, the oxygen that they need to survive, is exploiting others. Now, those that have been watching his journey since he started the app in June something 2021, is the exploitation of people that don't align with him or that cross him. Thank you. And that persuasion for you to think that that other person is a bad person, and continuously, it doesn't matter who they are, you will be exploited if you are around a person or have a connection with a person. Now, there's plenty of people that have been, and I will say, victims of that exploitation on this app and off this app. There's people that have stood up to Hockey Golf Dad, and there's people that will not stand up because, and I don't blame them, the fear of that exploitation and the repercussions of that. The next thing that they do is they have an addiction to substances, and it could be drugs or alcohol. That's a big part of it. They need to have that feeling of power in any situation that they're in. And I think that we've demonstrated that as well. And then they feed off of emotional energy, their own or other people's. But rest assured that if you are with a person like Hockey Golf Dad that is just craving that supply, that oxygen, is regardless of how you're feeling or what you're going through, it is completely irrelevant to them. They just don't care. They may say that they care, and then when it's their need, that becomes a priority, and they could give two shits about what you're feeling. And so those are some of the key things that I was able to research and learn more about, of why, the why behind all of these things. And I want to play for you guys a recording, and this is when we were still in a relationship together. This was in mid-June, but I think it's important for you to hear it. And it's a long one, but I want to get to the spot. Hold on just a second.
And that's why I record everything. I hope you're recording. I record everything because of liars like you, liars like Elena, liars like everybody else. You're trash. You're trash. You pretended to be a good human. You're not. You're trash. You're a piece of shit, Jen. You're a liar, just like everybody else. Just like every lying, cheating spouse. I was that person. And then I fucking made amends. I became a great person for 4.5 years in a relationship. And that didn't work out because I had lied. But then I had great relationships with many different women that I never fucking lied to, including you. And you lied to me and treated me like a piece of shit. And you put yourself first, always. Always. Your career, I don't give a fuck about your career because you don't give a fuck about my life. So fuck you. You don't care about my kids, you care about your job. Go fuck yourself. I'm glad you never had kids because nobody should be like you. You're a horrible human being.
That's all I needed.
So that's where he was saying this was in June. This was just, I was just trying to watch, I believe I was trying to watch, I don't know, a show. It might have been Selling Sunset or something like that. And he was in a state of mind and he said, record this. So I did. And he just went on and calling me a piece of shit and all these things that I put myself first. My job is important to me and it will be a priority. But it's that kind of stuff. It's those types of things that he would say. And again, that was before I left in July. That was just sitting on the couch when I came home. So I don't know, if we learn anything, it's learning from our past and the people in our lives that have influenced us to where we stand today. And I see Chris put in here, my job should be a priority. My job was the stable income. It was 20 years of my life and my career and something that I'm passionate about. Jonathan, thank you. It is important to me and it is a part of who I am. So moving forward, like I said, this is what I want to do. And then I'm going to jump off because I want to go hang out with Miss Timber for her birthday. So what I'd like to do is if anybody is comfortable and would like to contact me, you can do it. There's a link in my bio to be able to do that. If you want to, if you've got my number, you can text me. However, but I'd like to get some folks in the boxes. And thank you. Let's have some conversations about the red flags, our own red flags and the ones that are flashing right in front of us. And let's really deep dive and try and dissect those so that we can learn from each other. And people come from all walks of life and different experiences. And I think it'll be good to have a safe place to realize that you're not alone and how we can support each other, men and women, to work together and use this platform for good. And I'm sure there's going to be things to address. I have a shit ton of examples that I can share. But let's support each other. Let's learn from each other and let's do the right thing. And let's make sure people feel safe to have a voice. And that's my goal here is tell the truth, have a voice, and come together to make sure or to try that it never happens again. So with that, I appreciate everybody. Did I lose my job? No. Nope. No. My career is amazing. I have incredible people that have supported me through every step of this. They know every detail of this relationship in the past 125 days, and they have stood next to me the entire time. Little kitty, thank you, Tammy. Yeah, they have shown up in court. They have served a restraining order to him. My work family is incredible. I cannot say enough good things, and a lot of strong women there too. So tomorrow night I will not be on. I have another commitment with work that's super important and I'm excited for it. But we'll be back Thursday night. And if you are, am I still with Dan? No, I am not. So Thursday night, if you're open to it, you feel comfortable, I want this to be a safe place, reach out to me. We'll have a conversation first, and then we'll get people in the boxes so that we can talk together. And I think it's going to be really impactful, and I'm really excited to do it. So thank you guys so much for coming in tonight. Ooh, good thing too. I also upload all of these to YouTube. And again, there's a link in the bio that will take you straight to the YouTube page. And you can watch all of them. And I tried to really organize them well by the date and the volume, excuse me, so that they're easy to find. So appreciate all of you guys being in here. I know there's a ton of questions and we're going to get to them because we're going to use this platform for doing some really good things and trying to help a lot of people. So appreciate all of you. We're going to end 2 minutes early, and everybody say happy birthday to Miss Timber, and we will catch you on Thursday night. Take care, everybody.